Here we have Polygon, symbol MATIC versus the dollar, and I'd want to start off with the weekly right here. This one actually held it up relatively well compared to most of this market, and while I do think that it does play out maybe a bit more of a short-term pullback, anywhere down to about 170 to 170, or sorry, more like 175 is okay. I actually do look at this as still a continuation of uptrend, and we do have, or do we have, actually no, we do not have hidden bullish evidence on the weekly. That would be a good counterpoint to what I'm saying. But overall, you're a lot closer to that macro breakout that we spoke about last week than not. Unfortunately, though, do not have continuation conditions met on the weekly specifically just yet. Need to see a weekly closure still above about 2.25, which this one just missed. It will have a chance to do it on the 5-day today, I suspect, but it's short term. Is it likely to bounce, or is it likely to continue on with some downside? Short term, I do think that it is a little more likely to test some downside right here, probably back down around about 177 or so. I do not flip around to short term bullish on this one, especially as long as you're below about 215. 216. Got too many trend lines here relevant for different time frames, but it does look a little more likely to test around the weekend lows first. And then if you are bullish, you probably put in something resembling a higher low right here on the daily, which would be anywhere around about low 170s to 175 or so. Now it should be known on the daily, this one is starting to look a little bit more like a daily reversal. For what it's worth, we do have bearish evidence on this high versus this high. Now we have put the first easy target on that one. The next one would be about 174 to 175. But I would still hold off on getting bearish on this thing macro until we do just destroy the weekly, which would be below about 165 in this case. So a daily closure below there. Let me just double check. Daily closure below there probably does it for me. At least I'd be looking for a move back down towards 145 to 150 base again. And well, I guess the hopium is that that level does hold. It's probably gonna be easier to watch Bitcoin typically in these sort of market environments, just because whatever Bitcoin does, this thing will very likely do as well. But for what it's worth, I am looking for Bitcoin to trade a little bit sideways and down and try for a low a little bit lower than where it currently is before trying a decent bounce. But hey, if I'm wrong about that, you'll see Bitcoin back above 52 or so, and MATIC would probably be one of the bigger beneficiaries of that. Until then, short term, looking for some downside, and I wouldn't be looking for this one, or at least I just wouldn't be bullish on this one. For the short and medium term, looking for that continuation above about 2.25, as long as you're below about 217 in this case. Until then, still one of the better charts around cryptocurrency land, but short-term corrective still alongside the rest of the market. So hopefully that's helpful, and there you go for MATIC, sir.